Welcome to a special edition of our week's analysis behind the news. It appears that the silent majority of this country has not only spoken, but roared. The Republicans have the Senate, they have the House, and they have the presidency. The days of excuses from Paul Ryan and other Republican leaders are over. Voters have rejected the globalist agenda of the Democrats, and would it be a stretch to say that they have also rejected the same agenda of the neoconservatives, which is the globalist wing of the party? I don't think that would be a stretch. After all, it was those same neocons that either rejected Trump or held him at arm's length during the campaign. In his early morning victory speech in New York, Trump said, "To be historic, we have to do a great job, and I won't let you down. Our work on this movement is really just beginning." He was also very gracious to Mrs. Clinton and praised her tenacity and her public service. Across town, Mrs. Clinton couldn't be bothered to address those that had worked so hard for her. Her campaign manager told the crowd that they were going to continue fighting and that the candidate would address them later in the morning. At the same time, she was on the phone conceding the election to Trump. The New York Times published an article early this morning originally titled, "Promise and Fears of a New World Order." In it, they write, Donald J. Trump's stunning election victory on Tuesday night rippled way beyond the nation's boundaries, upending an international order that prevailed for decades and raising profound questions about America's place in the world. For the first time since before World War II, Americans chose a president who promised to reverse the internationalism practiced by predecessors of both parties and to build walls both physical and metaphorical. Mr. Trump's win foreshadowed an America more focused on its affairs, on its own affairs, while leaving the world to take care of itself. The outsider revolution that propelled him to power over the Washington establishment of both political parties also reflected a fundamental shift in international politics, evidenced already this year by events like Britain's referendum vote to leave the European Union. Folks, the John Birch Society does not endorse candidates or political parties, but members are free to be as supportive of them as they wish, just not in the name of JBS. Many of you have poured heart and soul into this presidential campaign. Many supported Trump, and many others did not. Today is a day to dream big. May I be so bold as to recommend that the John Birch Society has never been closer to victory as we are today? Think of the opportunity that has been afforded to us. Here we have a president that has been talking on many issues that we have called attention to, especially illegal immigration and trade agreements. When in recent memory have we had a presidential nominee even mention Americanism or advocating for scaling back our involvement within the UN? We all realize the faults that Trump has and where his views on issues differ, but let's not use that as an excuse to not get involved. If you're waiting for a better candidate or a better time in the future, they do not exist. May I impress upon you the fact that we have a tremendous opportunity to advance our action projects, turn the tide of globalism, and put our country back onto a track of less government, more responsibility, and with God's help, a better world. Ladies and gentlemen, the time for the John Birch Society has arrived. So we are asking you to place twice the amount of time, energy, money, and gusto into the John Birch Society than you did with this election. Your efforts paid off, so let's double down and strike while the iron is hot. Globalism is on the run, and Americanism is hot on its heels. So while today is a day to dream big, tomorrow we get to work to employ those dreams to reality. Let's push Congress over the edge to get U.S. out of the United Nations, repeal Obamacare, crush the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and stop illegal immigration. We know that much of the rhetoric from a campaign is lost once the candidate is elected, so we are under no illusions. Yet, we can see opportunity when it is presented, and now is our time. To get involved, visit jbs.org, sign up for our e-newsletters, subscribe to our channels, and share this with family and friends. And as a reminder, the lame duck session of Congress begins on Monday, so be sure to let Congress know to vote no on anything related to the Trans-Pacific Partnership. We'll have more on the outcome of this election next week, so enjoy today, but tomorrow, let's get to work. Until then, we'll see you on Monday.